Hi, this is Lilith Evernight, and this is a 2019 Pick a Card reading for your spiritual journey or your life purpose. But for the title of this video, I'm going to say your spiritual journey. There's 3 decks to choose from. This is Deck 1, the Rose Quartz. Deck 2, Coconut Geoid, as I believe that's what it's called. And Deck 3, the Amethyst Geoid. You can meditate and close your eyes and for a couple of seconds and see what card is the first one that calls on you, or you can put your hand over the screen and see which one you feel intuitively, if you feel any heat or any tingles. Or you could just pick a gemstone or a stone that calls to you. Or any number, 1, 2, or 3. Whatever draws to you the most. Okay, so I'm going to start with number 1. Okay, yeah, this is my kind of a poor attempt of making my rosemary smudge stick that I collected. I collected some rosemary in my home out here in town, so I was just burning it a few seconds ago, so that's why that's what I'm holding. Anyway, number 1, the Rose Quartz, Deck 1. So, let's just see what it says. This is, the first card is my tarot deck. And let's see what the tarot deck says. Okay, the Fool card. I see for the Fool card is trust, innocence, open mind, beginning. And don't, trust in the universe. Let go a little bit, and let's see. Anyway, I can't even read what I had just wrote, but I'm going to just use my intuition anyway. So I'm going to say that I see someone who's on a cat, and they're just very in tune with the universe. And I was just thinking about this earlier today, and I can also get what the vibe is, the kind of like that attitude to live fast, die young. Not saying to think that way, but to have that kind of attitude as if, today is your only day. Like, tomorrow doesn't exist, and live for today. Having that kind of attitude and just getting it done now and just trusting the universe. And, hold on for a second. So, anyway, I'm going to say, I was just thinking about this. So, for my own personal reasons as to what I think the Fool card could also mean, is if, whatever is your passion, if someone is going to, or if people are going to laugh at you for having a passion, and you feel like you might feel like a fool, you might feel silly, you might feel ridiculous doing what you're doing, but in your heart that this is a part of your soul's calling, or you're having fun doing it. You never know what the possibilities are and what your spiritual guidance is leading you towards. And just because someone makes you feel like you're ridiculous for having that free-spirited attitude just to get to your journey, and as you can see, like, if you were to see someone like this in person, from what I recall, I don't know what he has on his head, but some people would say this guy looks ridiculous. Why is he sitting on a cat? Why does he what is he doing? Like, he seems like he's out of it. But if you could look in his face, you can see that he's very just in tune with nature, in the universe, God. And he just knows that he can trust them. And they're very willing and able to guide him to that direction. Is there anything else? Sometimes I don't know. Let me check in the card. Let me check in the book before I get sidetracked. So I'm trying to think of what else I can think of intuitively. Yeah, I just get the vibe that, in the original tarot, the guy is, in the original tarot deck, the guy is usually, whatchamacallit, he is, walking off a cliff, and he's very just in his own world, but his dog is trying to pull him aside, and I feel like that can have, he looks like a fool doing that, and he looks like a risk taker, and he looks like, there's other people or parts of the universe that are trying to, maybe stop him, but at the same time, I feel like the universe is probably, in this card, the universe looks like it's all for it. And this guy, he just seems like, most people would think like, oh, he's gonna jump off that cliff. He looks like a fool for jumping off that cliff. But in his head, he might think that once he gets to that cliff, he's gonna fly. He's not gonna fall. Because he has that much trust in the universe. So let's see what the book says. It says, take things as they are. Matters are proceeding as planned. Do your part to settle outstanding disagreements. Kill others with kindness and let them suffer the consequences of their actions. This is a good time to build your investments or remodel your home. Like when I also do these decks, I feel like, I've said this before, that it feels like, these readings are also connected to me too. Like the universe is giving it out to the people that I want to share it with, and to also myself. And that's not the first time I've heard that from other people. But anyway, I just get a lot of like, trust the universe, or maybe you do, and this is like confirmation, like maybe this is your personality, and this is your journey, this is your spiritual path, and you should just, keep going and keep trusting in the Lord, trusting in the universe, whoever you believe in, but, a higher power. And understanding that we are not alone here. As you could see, that even though he's the only human in this picture, he is still not alone. He's still not alone. And he seems like a traveler. So, who knows? Let's see what the other cards have to say. Yeah, that's my rosemary that kind of poured on the card. But anyway, I love this deck. This deck has called to me. This is my Angel and Ancestors Oracle card deck. And I love this deck because, owl is one of my spirit animals or totem animals. And, it's just very connected to my shamanic path. And I just knew that I just had to get it. Like, that it was just like meant to be. But anyway, let me get to the point. Sorry for my hands. I've been washing dishes like for a really long time now, so they're kind of like not the best looking. Anyway, this is Mother Earth. What do I get from this? Mother Earth. I just see an earthy energy. I don't know if you could be an earth sign, or maybe earth, you have a lot of earth in your chart, or maybe this is a motherly energy. I don't know, maybe someone I'm just gonna use my intuition before I read what the card has to say, but it also says, Mother Earth, feel loved and comforted. And I see a woman who is, pregnant, an earthy woman, a fertile woman, and I see butterflies. I see metamorphosis and transformation and beauty, and just just serenity, that oneness with the earth. Maybe you have a very strong connection to the earth, or the earth is calling you to have that connection, and you should take it. The earth is just as much as alive as we are, so you never know what the earth, the universe, Mother Earth is always trying to tell you. So let's see. Gosh, okay. I don't know, maybe I could be wrong, but for some people, maybe you're trying to have a baby. Maybe that's something that, you're trying to do. I see a pregnant woman. I see someone who is just very in tune with earth, and maybe you are a mother, or maybe you're very connected to your mother. Maybe your mother is very earthy, or maybe your mother who is very earthy, or maybe you just have that motherly energy, and maybe you would make a good mother. But I really get that motherly vibe. So let me see what the card has to say. Maybe you're a man, and maybe, you're very connected to your mom. Or maybe you're a girl, who knows? But, it could mean different things for many people. But at the end of the day, the message is to feel loved and comforted. So the rest of what the book has to say, let's see what the book has to say. It says, allow yourself to be cherished. Mother Earth is protecting you with a shield of love and light. Mother Earth is the female counterpart to Father Sky. It's auspicious to receive this card because in the eyes and heart of Mother Earth, you are her child. And she is highly protective of her baby and will give you everything you need to grow and expand. Mother Earth is only covered by leaves in this card, showing the vulnerability of the earth. Every day she experiences challenges that she has to adapt to and overcome. Her energy, represented by the symbol of the pagan triple goddess, Maiden, Mother, and Crone, behind her, can help you adapt as the changes of life come your way. The extended message. You may have felt overwhelmed or out of control emotionally recently, but you are now moving back to your natural center, and that will bring you to a place of clarity and openness. If you have felt ungrounded, know that Mother Earth is here to root you and help you regain your sense of strength. You may not feel like a child, but in the eyes of the divine, you are a child of light. And it's important that and feel loved. If you feel like you have had challenges with your mother or with being a mother yourself, know that the energies of Mother Healing are with you to help clear any ancestral blockages that are preventing you from making this sacred love connection. You are being guided to make choices that are based on love. So I hope that card helped you. Okay. Sorry for the shiftiness of this camera. Right now I don't have a stand. Okay, so let's see the next card. The Angel deck. I love this deck. It's very insightful. I just been obsessed with it. But anyway, environmentalist. You are an earth angel who was born to protect, nurture, and teach about nature and the animals. So this card, this whole deck, number one, is very earthy. And I also have like the rose quartz, the stones. I don't really know too much about the coconut geoid, I'm going to say that, but I know it has selenite and some amethyst in it. But anyway, maybe this is a love. I really get a very loving, healing, earthy, energy with this deck. Very earthy, very nature vibes. And I see I think this is lavender in the background. And someone who's just in the forest and is just very childlike and very in tune with nature. So, I hope that is helping you for your spiritual journey. So I'm going to read what it has to say. Your passion for the environment stems from your soul's purpose. Prior to your incarnation, you pledged to commit your lifetime to helping the planet. You can feel this purpose each time you get upset about pollution, and through the extreme love you feel toward animals, flowers, and trees. In fact, you often feel more connected to animals than people. The reason why is that your soul resonates with the honesty and beauty of nature. This card comes to you as inspiration and motivation to take action on behalf of the environment. This begins with adopting an eco-friendly lifestyle for yourself, such as recycling and using quote-unquote green cleaning supplies. Your environmentally related career can involve animals, dog sitting or walking, animal communication, activism, and so on. Plants, botany, I think that's how you say it, gardening, landscaping, and the like. Crystals, bodies of water, air quality, alternative energy, and so forth. Notice your natural passions and interest as guide spots, directing you toward actions you can take within your community to protect animals and nature. Anytime you feel upset about an issue, this is a sign regarding your purpose. Whenever you think someone should do something about this, know that this someone is you. Okay. So I'm going to go to my, amateur oracle deck that I have been making myself. And this deck is actually really personal to me and very magical to me because it's very, I use it as animal medicine. My animal medicine cards, if you want to call it that. I'm a better artist than this, but, I just kind of wanted to put it was the bigger picture. So this is, bat medicine or, it could be a bat, bat medicine, your animal totem, or a messenger that, is from the bat. So to me, it is a spirit animal, but to some it might just be medicine. So your animal medicine. Okay, let me just get to that. Maybe I should just read it like this. Okay. Death and rebirth. The death and it means the bat. Okay. Death and rebirth cycle. Shamanic journey. Social. Friendly. Sweet yet dark. Path to the underworld. Associated in the night / dark. The moon. Networking. Open mind. You never know what someone has to tell you. Wisdom, intelligence, Work smarter, not harder. Meeting new walks of life. So what I get with bat energy is that bat is very like, you know, as much as bat can be creepy and scary, they're also very like social, and they really do get in your face. Like I've had very not strange but very interesting encounters with bats, and they're very just open and friendly. And maybe, I don't know if you're shy, but maybe it's a good time to network and to really just be, you know, more social, and to, you know, share your life journey, and to not feel like you're stuck in a certain way or a certain pattern. Even though bat embraces the dark side, or is a part of the darker side of life, bats are not as evil as, you know, some people might think they are, you know. And that goes with any animal that is associated with the dark, whether that's spiders or crows. You know, they have a more creepy vibe, but if you really get to know them, they're very sweet, loving animals, just like any other, you know, just like your dog or your cat, even though cats can be jerks. But yeah, you know, it's just to don't be shy about it, and, you know, really just let go and trust the universe, and really be that person that, you know, this deck is guiding you towards. And not just the deck, but to really see the open doors of what the guides, you know, are, you know, showing you. So, you know, this is my first, you know, video, so I know I can do a better job at this. And my voice sounds kind of rash because I have incense in the background, not in the background, but I have incense. I have some dragon's blood, so it's kind of making my throat dry. Anyway, I hope that helped. And plus, you know, I'm getting a little drained from these tarot cards. Okay, the deck 2. This is the coconut geoid. The Mexican coconut geoid. You can see it has crystals in there. I should have got some water before I was gonna do this. I forgot how incense can be. I think I have some extra water in here. Okay. So the tarot deck. Let's see what the tarot card has to say. Okay. This card is very like, with me, my intuition, let's just go with it. I see heartbreak. I see someone who probably had some sort of ideas in their life, or had some sort of expectations, and they had to cut things off with closed eyes. The face that I see is like sadness, and maybe like, you know, like hurt and disappointment and sorrow, and like, you know, just looking away that was growing so that you can probably start over new to something that is better for you. In the original tarot deck, I also see the heart with 3 swords stabbed into the heart. So if it's based on romance, it can mean like maybe some sort of love triangle, and some sort of betrayal. Like maybe there was a partner who was not faithful and not loyal, and it was just probably not the relationship to be in. There was some sort of, I want to say, unnecessary sacrifice. So you're cutting off something. The things that you had grown are being cut off, because those things probably didn't serve you. They were something that you needed to let go and to start over, you know. And I also see the face on this root. I see the leaf. the face on this leaf. Let me get that fixed. And it's like the face on this leaf is like, it's not very happy either. It's like it's looking away to another part. And it's like maybe there's a parting, like a breakup or some sort of separation. And some sort of loss. But, you know, when there's a chapter that is closed, it's just a beginning to another chapter in your story. And it gives you more wisdom to be a stronger person. So, you know, it can mean whatever it is, whether it's relationship or a job or family or something that's within yourself that you are cutting off, that is something personal, individually. But yeah, this is for your spiritual journey. So let's see what else the book has to say. Three of Swords. It says, you misinterpret others' intentions. This could be a time of regret or separation. So keep your chin up and look for the light at the end of the tunnel. Don't let nervousness or worry cloud clear thinking and action. So, you know, there's that meaning. So I hope that helps, and just know that when something ends, that there is something better for you to begin in. You know, if you're sad, if you're going through some sort of pain or hurt or loss, don't give up. Just know that it just gives you wisdom and strength to be a better person in your next chapter in your life. Alright, so let's see what the Angel and Ancestor Oracle deck has to say. I love this deck so much. Looks like a shaman woman. You know, it's just very like, yeah, a multi-dimensional person. Someone who can go through different dimensions. That's what I can see. A shamanic person, a shamanic journey. That's what I see. But, you know, it can mean anything. You know, you could be a wounded healer, or maybe you're around someone who has that type of energy, or maybe that is the kind of journey that you're gonna go through. Maybe you're going through some sort of, your journey is leading you to that path. You never know. But anyway, it says medicine mother, honor your inner knowing. Honor your inner knowing. Okay. Okay, let's see what it has to say. You know, I really love this deck because it was just like, it was like this deck was here. As soon as I went to Barnes and Nobles, it was like that deck was just there waiting for me to get it. Like, I couldn't resist it because all of my totem animals were on the card, on the box, and I was like, this is just, it has to be a synchronicity. But anyway, the message is, take action. Do what you know you need to do. Mother always knows best, they say. And it's true. We all know a maternal figure who's extremely intuitive and insightful. And this medicine mother has gone through many ups and downs. She has lived and she has lost. She knows what it's like to suffer and to want to give up. So the medicine of this card is that it's okay to make mistakes. That it's okay to make mistakes and get it wrong sometimes. And it's okay for things to come to an end. It is not the end of the world. And it is just the end of one chapter and the beginning of something new. The medicine mother reminds you that even though you will have low lows, you aren't here to suffer. You're here to be supported and to support others. Let her give you the loving encouragement to take the next step forward. There is an old pattern rising up in you. Sorry, my cat. I gotta read this real quick. Rising up in you. Now it's time to deal with it and release it for good. You're being encouraged to love and respect yourself enough to take the steps you know you need to take to move closer to where you like to be. You already know the answers. You know what you need to do. You have been delaying tactics or holding back, but now you're being guided to take action. Action requires courage, but your angels and guides are bringing you the courage to move forward. Take just one step. When you do, the next one will be presented to you. Okay, so I hope that one resonated. Let me hurry up and let my cat come inside real quick. Sorry about this. Ah. Sorry about that. I would have paused, but for some reason when I pause, it kind of messes up the video. So I gotta be better at being a better I have to be better at using cameras. But anyway, I had to go get some water real quick. Let me see. Okay, let me be a little bit faster. My cat is right here, and she's using her kitty energy. I thought she was. Usually she'll do that. She'll rub up on the cards. Okay, counseling. You heal with kind words, wise advice, and an empathetic air. I'm laughing because it's like I'm not good at being a very entertainer sometimes. I'm just kind of like, I'm very intuitive in how I feel, and I know that I can feel the other realms, and I know I ain't alone. So I know that, like, I ain't gonna get into that. I ain't gonna get into that right now. Let's just say I'm very sensitive to energy and the things that I feel. So anyway, I digress. This is about, this is about you and your deck. So, the card, okay, I see it. Oh my god, this is so cute. Like, oh my god, I love this. Such a synchronicity. Anyway, I know it doesn't make sense right now, but it'll make sense in a few minutes. I see a woman and I see a fairy. These synchronicities are so strong right now. But, yeah, so hopefully you're a fairy lover. Or, the fairies are very connected to the healing arts and, in that realm. But they're also tricksters and playful and all that. So, anyway, let's get to it. So, the book says, let's see what the book says. People frequently reveal their deepest secrets and worries to you because you're a natural counselor. Who channels wise advice and kind support. This card comes as a counselor for you, advising you to choose a career path involving this type of work. Since you're already performing the functions of a counselor, you may as well receive, let's see, I can't even say this right, but I'm going to try. Remuneration. I'm sorry. In addition to the emotional fulfillment that counseling brings to you, the angels can support. The angels can support in any need you desire. You have for classes that will teach you skills and lead to a proper license. Your counseling path can be along the lines of life coaching, where you help clients organize their goals and intentions into achievable steps. Or you can blend in spirituality through traditional pastoral counseling, or via the more alternative path of giving readings. Your work can also involve writing or teaching. The main point is that this life purpose uses words as a healing modality. With proper training, you're highly qualified to conduct counseling work. Please don't think that your own life needs to be perfect before you can help others. All counselors have their own ego issues and human imperfections, quote unquote. The point isn't whether you have these character or life quirks. It's what you do with them that counts. As long as you listen to your clients' feelings with an open mind and heart, their needs will be served. Okay, so I hope that one helped. Let's go to the next deck, which is my personal deck. So you got the fairy deck, my fairy card. I know it's like kind of corny, but like I said, I'm a better artist than this. But now I'm actually kind of looking at this. I'm looking at the fairy on both cards, and they kind of have like very similar colors going on, which is so weird because I didn't even notice that. The only difference is her hair. But yeah, I get a lot of fairy energy. With this deck. That's pretty awesome. Synchronicities. They can really show you something. But anyway, like I said, sorry for my hands. They look a little rough because of all the soap I've been washing the dishes with. But anyway, so this is the Fairies, Pixies, Sprites card. The fairy realm card, if you want to say. This is a part of the spiritual realm, so the fairy card. The fairies help in the healing arts, so be creative. You are a healing artist, or maybe you are called to work in the healing arts, or the healing arts are calling to come to your spiritual life. Maybe you're an artistic person. Art is a very intuitive way to get contact with the spirit realm. If you want information, you'll find a lot about yourself through art or through writing or as a healer, whatever type of healing work you might like to do, whether it's music or Reiki or shamanism or working with the fairies. Okay, so in the fairy realm will grab your attention, especially with your fur babies. It says to write, paint, sing, dance, put it out there for others to see your novelty. Okay, well, I hope that helped. I just feel like this deck, like these decks are so strong, and the synchronicities are so strong. Like they are so strong. Like this fairy, I just painted this today actually. So it's like, oh my god, you know? Look how similar the colors are. A lot of a lot of pixie fairy energy here going on. But anyway, let me stop rambling on and get to deck 3. I hope that helped you guys. So yeah, that's the fairy deck for deck 3. Okay, so the last deck is the amethyst geoid right here. I sometimes forget where I get these stones, but I think this one was given to me, and this one, the coconut too. All of them were actually given to me, so I'm grateful for that. All right, so what was it? Okay, let's see. Tarot deck. Okay, the Emperor. The Emperor card is a strong card. It also represents power, structure, stability, authority, and let's see. I'm trying to think. Hold on for a second. I'm sorry for the camera being so shaky. It also means like a father figure, or using your intellect. But let's see what else the book might have to say. I just see an authority figure and a very strong person here. Maybe that's you. Maybe there's someone around you that can guide, that is a part of your spiritual journey, that can help you maybe have your feet on the ground, or maybe you have that already, and you know, that's just a part of your life path, your life journey, your spiritual journey. So let's see what else it has to say. It says, play by the rules and don't take shortcuts. Use common sense when managing your resources. Now is the time to get organized and make plans. Careful use of logic and reason will deliver success. Okay, so whatever you're going on your life journey, I would say that, you know, whatever path you're trying to take, you know, to also be aware of the spirit realm and your spirituality, but to also be aware of the physical realm, and to be able to have your feet on the ground, and to be logical and stable, and to use your power in both ways, but not just in a spiritual way, but like in a logical sense, in a practical sense, so that you can not only have dreams, but a reality that you create that is in the physical as well. So let's see what the angels and ancestor deck has to say. Okay, man, this is a very, like, these synchronicities are strong. Like, they're very connected with each other. I see another authority figure. I don't know if you're a male, like a lot of male energy, masculine energy. Maybe you're a woman who has a lot of masculine energy, not in a bad way. Like, you know, usually the masculine energies that are females are like Aries, Sagittarius, Leo, Aquarius, Libra, and what is the other one? Gemini. So air and fire. So okay. Or maybe you just have that fire, you have that very, like, a strong woman, a strong person. But you can also mean that to be a stronger person, to like have that warrior, you know, side of you, and to like take charge of your life, and to not let anybody run you down because you want to live your life that makes you happy. Yes, like, play by the rules, but don't let anyone step all over you either. Don't let someone tell you that you can't be who you want to be. If the universe is saying yes, you can be the dream that you always wanted to be, then do it. I also feel like, God, the universe, whatever you believe in, if that's what you're getting and that's the vibe, like, it's like saying, take charge and have authority over your life. Take your life back. Take your life back. Okay, so let me, I'm not saying to break the rules. I'm not saying to break the law, but I'm saying to not be a feeble, weak person either. Know who you are. You're stronger and you're more powerful than what you think you are. And I also see Lord, maybe it's, the Lord giving you that answer. I swear, I feel like all of these cards are resonating with my own life. It's like I'm speaking to you guys, but I'm speaking to myself. Like, the universe is like, oh, these are messages for you too. And it's like, yeah, I can see that. But okay, let me see what it has to say. The message is, don't be afraid to take charge or use your voice. Be strong. The Lord is the consort of the lady, the emperor. That is so crazy. Both emperor cards. So, that's crazy. Synchronicities are strong, yo. In the traditional tarot, he represents an authoritative male who isn't afraid to lay down the law. But this doesn't mean he is angry or... I can't even say that word right now, so let's just skip to that. He is a self-possessed, reliable, and ambitious man of honor. A man of honor who has earned his place in society. The Lord in this oracle holds a ram staff and wears a crown of antlers, showing he keeps himself firmly rooted to the ground and is protected of his people. His regal air indicates he has a taste for the finer things in life, yet he is sensitive to those who are less fortunate than he is. Extended message. Sometimes you have to take control in order to be honored. If you feel that your kindness or gifts are being taken for granted, it's time to change that. There's no excuse for bad behavior, and the ancestors are encouraging you to hold your ground and speak your mind in a fiercely loving way. You have the energy and might overcome dramas or energies that aren't working for your growth, and it's time to take charge before you find yourself in a situation you don't want to be in. You are being encouraged to be the boss instead of being bossed. This card also brings the energy of ambition and can show you that you have the potential to move upwards on a professional level, but only if you act with authority and show who you really are. Like, I'm getting strong messages with this for my own self. It's crazy. But I hope that resonated. Okay, let's see the angel deck. I'm really loving this. Okay, the angel deck. Oh, man. Okay, nutrition. You conduct healing work with your culinary skills. Okay. So, I'm seeing someone, I don't know if you like to cook, or someone who